All right, guys. We've done a couple of exercises, so hopefully you're starting to get a little bit familiar with the interface. A big question is, how do I set up my grade book? Um, this is going to look different for high school as it rather than middle school. That's fine. Just the only difference I think is the percentages of how we break down assignments, tests, projects, participation, etc. So whatever your standards are, just do them. But I'm going to take you through what that looks like. Okay, so if I just look at this left-hand toolbar, um, right now we're in materials, and there's updates. Don't go to gradebook, go to grade setup. Okay, so you can see that it should look somewhat familiar. All right, we're not going to mess with this right now. That might be later on. Okay. What we are going to do is talk about categories. All right, this right here. That's going to be the main one. And what we need to do is there aren't any categories yet for this course. We need to add them. Okay. So I just click add and I just start to do it. There's some specific things though that I think we need to stick to unless we're told otherwise. So my first one is participation. All right, and here it's going to ask you, do you want to go by percents or total points? Do total points. We all need to do total points, in my opinion. Unless we come up with something different. If we start doing the percents, it's different and it gets really messy. All right, so click total points. Don't worry about drop the lowest. We're not going to mess with that. And just hit create. All right. And I'm just going to create all my things. Assignments, total points, create. The next one would be tests, quizzes. And the last one for the high school is going to be, did I do assignments? I did assignments. Sorry. Projects. Okay. So we have all our categories that we typically use. All right. Click weighted categories. All right. These are the percentages. Now we know that ours are different. Okay. Here I'm going to change. All right. This 25, 25, 25. Don't worry about that right now. Let's go in and change the weights because in the high school, it's 20 for assignments. And you can see that these percentages are changing. Don't worry, don't even sweat that. Participation is 20, projects are 30, and tests and quizzes are 30. All right, that's how your grade's made up. 20% is this, 20% is that, 30 and 30. So it should equal 100% at the end of the day, and we are looking good. All right, once I click off of it, my numbers reflect what I just did. We're great. This right here, grading periods and final weights. Now, when I set up this course, since we're going to start, I'm starting it now. So that's semester 2 now. And then we're going to continue our trainings through the summer. So that's why it looks like this. But yours won't. It'll just have one term in there. The grade book scale, leave it as numeric for right now. I guess we got to kind of look at that and see if it would be better to do A plus or minus. It might be. But I think we got to get back to you on that. All right, you don't need to mess with any of this stuff. The visibility settings, hide overall grade and student grade report, hide grading period and student grade. I'm not going to click these. I mean, this is a place where students should be able to see their grades and parents should be able to see their grades to hopefully take some of this off our plate and create more independence. So for right now, I'm not going to mess with that. Okay. The big part of this was, how do I break this down? Okay. There might be a couple little things once we dig into it more as a committee where we say, oh yeah, we need to do this, or a problem might pop up something we missed and we need to go into the gradebook settings. If that happens, we'll work as a committee to communicate that to you. All right. So that's the only part about grade setup that I really wanted to share with you. All right. Remember, on Schoology, we must save everything. If you were to just click out of this, it's all lost. All right. So make sure you save your changes. Okay. And that is the video on grade setup. What you need to do now is go into your sandbox, do the grade setup, and then leave a comment to show completion. Thanks, guys.